this point in our game, ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned that the contestants, the three players, are about to write down in secret how much they are willing to wager on themselves in Final Jeopardy. But Joel, you, of course, because you finished in a deficit position, will not be playing Final Jeopardy.
Minus 800. Oh, darn. I don't have a chance to do that. And that's unfortunate because you wind up with a negative in front of your dollar amount there, Bruce, and that means you're going to be leaving us, but you're going to be taking away.
You guys have excellent reflexes, and I'm sure Charles is thinking that right now. He's standing there trying to get in, saying, wait a minute, I know youth will be served, but give me a break. Charles, you finished at minus 100, so you won't be around for Final. Jeff?
What's the Scrivener?
Scrivener is right. Now, the last clue, well, it doesn't really matter. Jeff, you could not have gotten out of the hole with the clues that remained, and you wind up at minus 1,300. However, you did pick up a nice bundle of change on.
Send professional invoices and get paid faster with the QuickBooks mobile app. Know when they've been viewed and know when...
With Major Healy, played by Bill Daly. And, you won't get a chance for any more clues, unfortunately, Yancey, and you finish at minus 399, so you won't be around for Final Jeopardy. You now have 13,500 to Nancy's 15,800, and although Delete won 34,000 on our last show, we have to say goodbye right now, Delete.
Pursuer Byron, what is Ukraine? Ukraine. And so, Alba, a good try on your part. You wind up at minus 2,000, and even though you won over 20,000 yesterday.
Lee, not a good day for you. You finished in the red, so we'll have to say goodbye. You missed it by 3, and it's a costly miss for you, Jason, because you wind up in the red, and so you won't be around to play in Final Jeopardy. And Billy and Bernard, we are going to have to say goodbye to the two of you. Tommy?
Where's the wrinkle in time?
Well done. 1,600 more for you, taking you to 21,800. Emily with 8,200, and Diana Smith minus 1,200, which means you won't get to play Final Jeopardy.
That's right, and it got you out of a hole, but unfortunately, you don't have any money, so you will not have anything to wager in Final Jeopardy.
Robert.
It's the Red Sea.
Red Sea, correct, taking you up to 15,200. Still within reach for you, obviously. And Jennifer, unfortunately, no money. You can't play in Final Jeopardy.
Martin, not Brian, is the real first name of this man who was Canada's Prime Minister from 1984 to 1993. Susan.
Who's Mulrooney?
Yes.
Fashion history for 1,200.
We won't get a chance for those last few clues. And bad news for timing. She finishes at minus 4,400, even with a correct response on that clue, and we'll get a verification in a few moments. You wouldn't have.
No, you weren't going to be able to play in Final Jeopardy with no money anyway. It's the Anvil. Colby.
What's Oldenburg?
Right. And with that, you wind up at 13,800. You have almost made it a runaway, but not quite. But unfortunately for Drew, he has no money, and he will not be around to compete in Final Jeopardy. In that clue. Kevin, you had no money, so you couldn't participate in the final today, but yesterday you earned $8,765. Sure. Brad,
What is the Pritzker?
Pritzker is right. And that was a fortuitous response for you, Brad. And I'm sure you know it. We're still going to play Final Jeopardy, however, but Jill, unfortunately, since you have no money, you will not be around for that particular round. Vandenberg Air Base. Ryan, you wound up in the red, which means you won't be around for Final Jeopardy. Drew,
What is a tiller?
Tiller, that's it, yes. But unfortunately, not enough to get you out of the hole, so you will not be around for Final Jeopardy. Mary Lou.
Who is Hedy Lamarr?
That's it, and that takes you up to 6,800, takes us to Final Jeopardy. Unfortunately, Tracy will not be participating in that. Gave it a good Michael?
What is the space race?
That is right, and with that you go to minus 1,600, but it'll do you no good. We have to say goodbye. Home is Ozymandias, and 2 clues left, and darn, we won't have a chance to get to them, and that's bad news for Sasha. He has no money, so he will not be here to play in Final System. Who Hiss Rebecca, you wind up in the red, which means you won't be around for Final Jeopardy. Dan, this wasn't your day. You were ringing in a tad early.
Was it syrup? Syrup, yes. Oh, who hits for Dylan? He winds up in the red. It was a tough hit. These challengers, you'll wind up with $1,000.
Nancy.
What is biopsy?
Yes.
Before.
Oh, we won't get any more clues. And Rachel, unfortunately, it didn't work out in the latter stages of this round. So it's up to Nancy. Darn, you wind up at negative 2,400, and that means you will not participate in final.
Carlos was Esquilas, yes. And with that, you wind up at 20,400, and poor Kristen, negative 3,600. It was.
That ends the round, and I'm afraid, Maureen, your reign as a four-man Jeopardy champion is over. You're going to be taking home our third place.
Oh, we won't have time for those final two clues. Lisa, you were up and down all game, and I'm sorry to say you're not going to be with us for Final Jeopardy.
Richard, we won't have a chance for any more selections. Let's see what we have. Cliff with 12,200, Rich with 4,900, and Frank minus 2,500, which means, of course, that you automatically finish in third place.
Correct. What is manpower? That is correct. Canada had a minister of manpower. Stephen, I'm so sorry you had to keep swinging in that round because